Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, in the flesh, he's back. And just like Cam Newton, he's sitting. Alex, welcome back.
What's up, my brother? Man,
From the same mother.
Well, we've had the discussion before. We're not sure you're
adopted.
We're not sure you have the same bloodline as the rest of the family, but
You're adopted. You're the ugliest one in the family.
that's true. I am the ugliest one, but the smartest.
Okay.
Man, it's been a long. I put GPS on to get to your house. It's been a while.
It has been. It has been.
a
I
while.
missed you here. I've been holding down the fort.
Yes, you have.
But it's always good to be in
Yes.
here doing this with you, as always, talking to our fans about sports and life and whatever funny shit we come across.
That's it. That's
like,
it.
Like O'Marion.
Yeah, well, that's not funny shit. But 2 is better than 1.
2 is better than 1. Oh,
Well,
the Delta variant and now O'Marion?
No, I mean for the podcast, 2 of us,
okay.
or
Okay.
1 of each, which makes 2, is better than 1.
1 plus 1
There you
still
go.
equals 2.
Yeah.
Hey, are you staying away from that Omicron and stuff?
Where do you find it?
Everyone's getting it, bro.
Well,
Everyone's
man.
getting it.
I must be the chosen one.
I will not succumb to the peer pressure of COVID.
No.
So everyone's out there, I'm going to get me some COVID. I'm going to get Omicron. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I do my own thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, I take care of myself the best that I could, and that's all I could do.
No?
That's it. If I have symptoms, then maybe, I'll go get tested. But I mean, I'm good. I'm healthy.
I mean, I have been doing the Heisman on this fucking COVID thing for like 2 years. I'm like,
Holy shit, 2 years.
almost 2 years, man.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Shit. Oh,
And,
well.
and look, they're not through the whole Greek alphabet yet, so you know there's more variants coming.
Oh, man. Well, I guess we got nothing but time.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people today that ain't got nothing but time now.
Yeah, about, 5 or 6 of them?
That's right, Black Monday. You know what? This is very morbid of me, and maybe it's because I have a job. But I look forward to Black Monday. I had to explain it to my son on over the weekend. I was like, I can't wait till Monday. He's like, why? It's Black Monday. He's like, is this some kind of shopping day or something? I'm like, nah, bro, that's when everybody gets fired. Everybody out of a job.
And yet, we were talking about it a little while ago. We feel as if it's not enough.
I know, it's like, it's almost disappointing, right?
Like only 6 or 7 firings happened.
I tell you what, I'm a little bit pissed off at the Denver Broncos because they had to release their shit on Sunday when I'm trying to focus on Week 18, and so I think it takes away a little bit of the fun when you start, it's kind of like Walmart doing Black Friday on Thursday. That's some bullshit. You can't do that.
Well, they're advertising the sale ahead of time. They're giving themselves an extra day to, ring in the offers.
Look, they suck. That's all there is to it. And they've sucked for a while. So the extra day ain't going to help them. Hey, are you surprised by anything today? In terms of Black Monday? Anyone that you expected to get fired that didn't? Anyone that got fired that you didn't expect to get fired?
Yeah, Brian Flores.
The guy from Miami.
The Dolphins. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, that's a what the fuck type of.
I'm sure Brian
moment.
Flores is sitting at home today going, what the fuck?
I mean, the fans got to be thinking the same thing. Like this guy, they started off 1-7, and they went on a nice run. Like it really came down to like the last 2 weeks.
Well, they got bounced in
Right.
Week 17 when they
Right.
lost to the Titans, who are the number 1 seed. So it's
Right.
not like they shit the bed against the Jaguars like, I don't know, the Colts. The only thing I can think of in Miami is, in spite of Miami going 9-7 or
9-8,
9-8 or 8-9, whatever it was, they were 9-8, right?
I don't know. These 17 games got me thrown off on records.
Anyway, they're basically an 8-8 team in my book.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can think of is, in spite of them finishing strong, even when they were winning, Tua did not look great. Mm-mm. And if you really look at that Dolphins team, the development of Tua is not going great.
It's not developing.
Right. He's not developing at the same rate as Justin Herbert, right? As
Joe Burrow.
1 year previous to that, Kyler Murray, right?
Tom Brady.
If you want to go to the Wayback Machine, sure. So that may be part of the issue.
It could be.
And, but...
But why not... So why not... Fuck, here's an idea. Why not keep Flores? Because I think in the last 2 seasons, he's showed you something. I mean, the team has not quit like, let's say, the New York Giants, right? So why not, instead of, if you want to develop Tua, which I'm fine with, right? If you feel like Flores is not the guy to do it, or whoever else is there, why not try to, throw all this money at Brian Leftwich, who's the offensive coordinator in Tampa Bay, and tell him, hey, come for a year and work with him, and then, maybe the head coaching position could be his, instead of firing a head coach that, is I think has earned the respect of
the locker room,
his peers, right? The locker room, other guys around the league and stuff like that. Like
the part that's very concerning is, like, how bad was it? How bad was it that you're willing to put your young quarterback through a change of system, as opposed to getting maybe a quarterback coach or a new offensive coordinator and seeing how that would work? I think you bring up a very good point. That may have been a better way to go, especially because Flores was showing good progression in terms of winning within the division, right?
Yeah.
Look, you got 6 of your 17 games are in the division. If you can make hay there, you're off to a good start. And he beat the Patriots twice this year. He's played the Bills close this year. He beat the Jets, which, I'm sure he didn't brag about that in his exit interview, but it's still, means something, right?
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. I found it kind of odd, and like I said, I don't have any, obviously, I don't have any inside knowledge as to what's going on in there, but. The only thing I can think of is that they're not happy with Tua's development. I think that's a big deal to them, and rightfully so. It should be a big deal.
I forgot who tweeted it out earlier, but someone tweeted out since Nick Saban left the Dolphins have had 7 different quarterbacks. Head coaches. Tonight, Nick Saban goes for his 7th national championship.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. A wild stat.
The other one that surprised me, and look, it's Monday. Sometimes these things do trickle into Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm a little bit surprised that Joe Judge still has a job in New York. Now, I've been a bit of a Joe Judge fan from the start, right? I liked the hire when they first made it. I think he's done some good things inside the locker room. And to me, the bigger problem with the Giants is that the GM position, because he still doesn't have anything to work with. I don't think Daniel Jones is the answer. The offensive line is still a wreck. Saquon Barkley's good, but he's always hurt, and they don't really have very many good wide receivers. The defense is average at best. So I thought, okay, well, Joe Judge is okay. He should stay. But what I've seen the last 2 weeks with Joe Judge, I would have given him a pink slip. The comments last week about free agents was inappropriate. A, because I think you keep some things to yourself, and B, there might be some NFL rules violations, right? So for those two reasons, especially the tampering thing, where draft picks are very important to a team that needs talent like the Giants, I really didn't like that. The clown comments, the clown organization comments, I didn't particularly like that. And then, yesterday to in a meaningless game to quarterback sneak on 3rd and 9, like what are we doing? Like, play the game.
His excuse on that was to give his team more, the punter more room. So you couldn't trust your offense
to run the ball.
To run the ball and maybe get 2 or 3 yards to give the punter some room.
Like,
I mean, that's...
Like, you felt more confident in getting a yard or 2 on a quarterback sneak than getting 3 or 4 from your running back.
Right.
In a way, that does highlight the problem that the Giants have and maybe why he still has a job today, right? Their offensive line is so bad that he would rather quarterback sneak to help his punter than actually hand the ball off and have a running play. So, in a way, that may be, he may have just highlighted the real issue, and maybe that's why he still has a job. I don't know. But that one did surprise me. Nagy in Chicago, how that guy made it through the whole season, I'll never know. Didn't we have someone get fired during the season?
Did anyone get fired during the season? No.
I thought someone did.
I don't think so. John Gruden.
Right. So, Zimmer in Minnesota, not surprised.
Yeah.
I'll be curious.
We can't forget. We can't forget Mr. Lap Dance himself.
2 during the season. Either you're a racist or you're a cheating SOB, and if you win either one of those things, well, then you get tossed during the season.
That's
you don't
right.
make it to Black Monday when you get honeys dancing on your lap after you get blown out.
Yeah, you won't even make it to Black Friday.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't even make it to Black Friday. So, yeah, that guy. Now, I'm curious what's going to happen here in Houston, because I think Culley's done a great job with the Texans, because there's another team with no talent, and somehow they won 4 games.
I mean, considering what he walked into.
Yeah, and I mean they put him in a terrible spot. Here, come deal with this team where we've got this massive distraction with our quarterback that likes to get,
if
tug and rubs.
If anything,
rub and tug.
If anything, what's his name? Culley?
Yeah.
If anything, he could be a placeholder for another year. You know what I mean? Like, if they don't feel like he's the guy that could lead them, further and progress.
Yeah.
Then maybe he's just a placeholder until they get the guy, until Cesario gets the guy that he's looking for. I guess. Which is never a bad way to go, right? If this guy, kind of like a quarterback, like if this guy's showing you that he can, manage the situation and just do enough to,
If the Giants fire Joe Judge, then the Houston GM, who's a New England guy, can get another New England guy to come take the job.
Take him. Fuck.
Can you imagine? That would be horrific.
And then they go on to win 7 Super Bowls.
No.
I'll kill myself.
Well, look, the Texans have to fix the Watson situation, because that's going to continue to be a problem. A, because of the salary cap constraints, right? And B, it's just a distraction, and the NFL distractions do not work. Yeah. It's just that simple. Let me ask you a question. Last night's game, Week 18, the last week of the season is always fun, right? Because it's got playoff implications. And this year was the very first Week 18, and it was incredibly fun. Mm-hmm. The most fun, and let's start at the very top, was that Chargers-Raiders game last night. It was speechless. At one point, I tweeted, I'm willing to bet there's not one working TV left in Pittsburgh because Steelers fans had to be going ape shit as that game was going on, especially in the fourth quarter where it was just insane. A lot of people today are blaming the Chargers coach, Staley is his name?
Yeah.
For taking that timeout and that causing the Raiders to say, okay, you want to play ball? We're going to play ball. We'll run the ball, get the first down, kick the field goal, you're out, we're in. Does he keep his job?
Yes, he should keep his job.
Does that one decision lose him his job? You don't think so?
Because I think what he's done there in 2 seasons has been enough to not fire him.
Now,
I mean, you can say he overcoached or whatever, and a little too aggressive. But I mean, in his case, maybe a little too aggressive. But sometimes you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't.
Hold on, bro. Let me interrupt you. Breaking news. Check out Andrew Luck with that porn mustache he's got going.
He looks old. He looks skinny. He looks like a creep.
He looks like he drives a van around middle schools. That's
dude. Wow.
Horrible.
If you guys have not seen what Andrew Luck looks like today.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Wow. That is the most pedophile look I think I've ever seen.
He needs to come back to football.
Yeah, he needs to shave off that he needs to shave off that lip caterpillar he's got going because that's terrible. I'm sorry. Back to Staley. I will say this about Staley. The same thing that we're speculating may have gotten Flores fired is what's going to keep Staley in his job because Justin Herbert has developed tremendously over these last 2 years. He looks like he's got that.
Yeah,
he looks like he's going to be the real deal. I mean, he looks really good. I really like how he has progressed in 2 years, and that may be enough to keep Staley's job. Hey, let's get tickets to next year's Chargers-Raiders game.
Oh, man.
That's going to be bananas.
I wish they would have... I kind of wish they would have tied. Or I really wanted the Chargers to win. Although the Raiders were kind of one of my teams to get into the playoffs.
I'll tell you what. I can't think of a game where I had zero rooting interest. I can't think of a game that I enjoyed as much as that. With zero rooting interest. I mean, it was... That game was insane.
I usually stay up, and for that one, I don't know what happened, but my body alarm, there was no alarm. It just shut off. And I didn't watch the game. No. So when I woke up, I'm kind of scrolling through some tweets and as I'm getting ready for work, and man, I'm like, holy cow, what the hell did I miss? And I keep scrolling. I'm like, then I see your text messages from last night, and I'm like, damn, out of all the times, I decide to, go to sleep early on this one.
I said it last night, and that game held true. On TV, they were touting it as game 272, right? The last game of the season. Game number 272 of the regular season. And I said, this may be game number 272 of the regular season, but it feels like game number 1 of the playoffs. Yeah. And it held true to form. If we get playoff games like that, it's going to be, it's going to be an incredibly fun playoff year because that game had everything. Fourth downs, left and right, replays where did he, was the spot correct? And it was insane, absolutely insane. It was so much fun.
They went for it on fourth down like 7 times.
And made 6 of them.
So, do you really blame the head coach? They ain't convert. He just happened to not convert the one that, Well, no, the one that he didn't convert was the one back on his own 18.
Yeah. And that one was a terrible idea.
Okay, that may be subject for pink slip. But, Nah, either way, I don't think he should get fired.
I wonder, and I wonder if the coach in Las Vegas is going to get to keep the job because he's an interim coach.
Right.
Hats off to that Raiders team because the distraction of John Gruden. Oh, look at that! Gettleman retires as Giants GM. The Giants have a chance.
That's bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit?
He didn't retire, bro. I mean, that's what they're saying he retired.
Look, if they give him a gold watch and let him keep his 401k, then he retired.
He doesn't need a 401k. He fucking robbed the Giants the last 4 years and whatever they paid him.
If they gave him a box and security walked him out the door, he got fired.
That's such a bullshit headline.
You know, one of the beautiful things about being 50 and having been in the workforce for as long as I have is I've seen all kinds of firings.
Yeah.
And so it's funny, like I've seen firings where it's like from one day to the next, the person's no longer there, but they went on to other endeavors. But then, you can tell just how bad it was, right? Because there are people that quietly walk out the door and they get a consulting agreement for like 6 months or whatever, and it's like, okay, you sucked, but you didn't suck too bad. And then you got people that like security's walking around the building because some dude was playing grab ass with a secretary or some shit and got fired. So it's always interesting how it's all worded. I always like to read between the lines. And look, Gettleman retires as Giants GM, which means they like him. He did good things, and he's his pension is good and whatnot.
Listen, as a Giants fan, I got nothing nice to say about Gettleman. Nothing. He set this franchise back, quite possibly another 5 years.
He is
another 5 seasons.
I really do blame him more than anything else. I think he was at fault the most.
No, not at most.
Who's at fault more?
The head of the franchise, the owners.
Well,
yeah, man. Look, man. When you the buddy system, the shit doesn't work when you mix that with business. It just doesn't, right? Come on.
That's true. I guess that's true. But it works in other places.
Unless you got Bill Belichick in the front office and coaching.
Bill Parcells was. I mean,
he was
tight
coach.
with people.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's talk about the playoffs, man. Everything's different this year, right? We got the 18-week season for 17 games, which, by the way, they need to just go to 18 or go back to 16 because 17, first of all, you're going to fuck up all of the records, right, over one game. And now everyone has an unbalanced schedule where they play one more home game or one more away game. Just fucking go to 8. If you're going to fuck up all the records, go to 18. And if you don't want to fuck up all the records, go back to 16. Anyway.
Over under 2 years before they...
I think it's only a matter of time before they go to 20 and scrap the preseason. Which...
I hope they don't go to 20.
Look, they're gonna go. They can't do more teams, so they're gonna do more games. That's just my gut feeling. And then you'll have game number 320. Anyway, crazy. So now we have again another nuance of the season. We've got Super Wild Card Weekend because there's 3 games in each conference instead of 2. And they're going to spill over into Monday. So you get 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and then a Monday night thriller, which you brought up a good point when we were talking about this earlier. The Monday night game kind of fucks up a lot of people, right? Because now I'm sure that the Cardinals and Rams, who play on Monday night, will play on Sunday next week. But it's still a shorter week, and especially for the Cardinals, who have to travel, it may be tough if they win.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't like the Monday night game for this at all. I think they should just play it Saturday or just have fucking
Three on Saturday.
Have 4 games on Sunday.
I don't understand.
You can't do that.
Why can't you have all 6 games on Sunday? Start at 8 in the morning and go till midnight.
Some people don't have 2 TVs.
No. I'm not saying have games on simultaneously. I'm saying start at 8 in the morning.
Oh.
8 in the morning on the East Coast, right? All the way till like midnight, right? Because you could have 8, 11, 2, 5, and 8.
That ain't gonna work.
It works for me. It works for me, and I like it. Think about that, right? 3 hours a game. Actually,
it's not
with the with the playoffs, it'd probably be more like 3.5. So, 8, 11:30, 3 o'clock. That's 3. 6:30, 4, 10. No.
Nah, it's not gonna work.
Got to start at 7.
5 in the morning.
Well, that's what it would be for the people on the West Coast, but no one cares about the goddamn West Coast anyway.
So what game out of these 6 are you most looking forward to?
That's easy. I'm looking forward to New England and Buffalo. Those 2 teams split during the season. It's a rivalry game. And, I think either one of those teams could win it. I think both teams are really good. And I can't wait to see it. I hope there's snow in Buffalo and a true outdoor winter game. That would be ideal for me. I think that's the best game of the weekend. I'm gonna say by far. How about you?
Really?
Oh yeah.
So I think the Arizona game is going to be good. Arizona and the Rams.
I agree, but not nearly as good.
I think the Vegas and Bengals game is going to be good.
Nah. I think the Raiders blew their wad last night.
Yeah, but Cincinnati. I don't know. I think Cincinnati's a good team.
Yeah.
But man, sometimes the Raiders have won their last 4 games. They were 6-7 at one point. So they were out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
They won their last 4. Now they got some momentum. And Cincinnati, I don't think, is a team that really is capable of like putting another team away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be a good game. Look, I think all the games this weekend are going to be good. Even the games where you might think there's going to be a blowout. Hold your horses. I don't think there's going to be a blowout.
Kansas City and Pittsburgh.
You think that's a blowout?
Yeah. I mean, look.
Pittsburgh has a way of hanging in games.
Yeah, I understand. But, man, you're going to need to score points against Kansas City. And,
yeah.
I mean, I've watched a few Pittsburgh games this year, and fuck, man, Big Ben just looks...
As old as Big Ben.
Yeah, man. Like, the arm is not there.
He looks about as old as that clock over in England.
The arm is not there, man.
Yeah, no, I feel for him. All right, so let's break it down real quick. We'll go through all 6 games. We don't have to do this forever, but let's just go through them real quick. Las Vegas at Cincinnati. Look, I am a big Joe Burrow fan. About halfway through the season, that kid completely won me over. And I'm not going to lie. There's a small part of me that enjoys watching the Burrow-Chase connection so much that I hope they win. I'm actually kind of rooting for them. And at home, against a Raiders team that's coming off a very emotional game last night, I think the Raiders have run their course. I think Cincinnati wins.
Oh, we're making predictions?
Yeah.
I'm going with the
Look,
Raiders.
no one wants to see your ugly face without some predictions.
I'm going with the Raiders, man. I think they got some momentum. I think the Undertaker is gonna, line up on the center.
Explain to everyone who the Undertaker is and why you are calling him the Undertaker.
Listen, if you watch Derek Carr's post-game interviews, he's got some kind of eyeliner going. And if you pull up a photo of The Undertaker, I mean,
from the WWE.
Yeah, they look the same to me. He just needs to be dressed in all black, which he's halfway there because the Raider uniform is kind of black.
Yeah, I mean,
take off the helmet, put on the freaking sombrero.
Right, it's not a sombrero, but yeah, you get the black hat, whatever. Yeah, I watched the post game interview last night, and I was like, yeah, I mean, Alex is completely. He has, you know what, like chicks do this, like they tattoo.
Yeah, put eyeliner on.
Right? They tattoo it, so they don't have to put it on every day.
Well, is that what he did? Oh my god!
And I think Derek Carr may have tattooed black eyeliner.
I'm gonna add him on Twitter, and I'm gonna ask him, have you tattooed the eyeliner on your eyes?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know.
I want to know too because it looks like it.
Yeah, and that matters. That matters on my pick now. I mean, because if it's tattooed, there's no way I can go with Las Vegas.
Why not? You've got tattoos.
Not eyeliner tattoo.
A tattoo's a tattoo. What difference does it make?
That's terrible.
I love it. If it's tattooed, I'm going to change my pick to the Raiders, and I'm going to become an instant Derek Carr fan.
Yeah. No, look, man. I think I had picked the Raiders earlier in the season to make the playoffs. It didn't look like they were going to, but now that they're in it, I think they had, sometimes that momentum, is important, especially for that wild card game. And they're running the ball really well. I think Carr is, he does well enough to lead his team. And Vegas has this Max Crosby guy on the defensive end.
Beast.
The guy is, he's fucking huge. They got Waller on the offense. I think the Raiders can really hang with Cincinnati. And again, listen to what I'm telling you. I don't think the Bengals are capable of putting a team away. Like if they have a lead going into the fourth quarter, let's say 21-17, 21-14, I don't think they can maintain that lead.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Cincinnati, I'm worried about this game, not just for Saturday, but for the future, because that Crosby guy gets to Burrow, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
He absolutely manhandled the Chargers' right tackle last night. It was ridiculous.
He's been doing it all season.
Yeah, he's
shit.
a beast. I really enjoyed watching him play last night. New England at Buffalo Saturday night. Who you got?
This one's easy. You know where I'm going, man. Look,
Bills Mafia?
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills. They're at home. I think, the Bills and Josh Allen really have something to... I think this is their time to, kind of take the baton. Not New England passing it, kind of take it. You know what I mean? I think this is a real good opportunity. And I also believe that New England is Brooklyn Gaucho's version of the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. That is this year's fluke team.
Fluke.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. Look, it is a little bit different when you get to the playoffs, right? And Mac Jones is not a very experienced quarterback. So certainly losing to Buffalo wouldn't be shameful. And
no.
And it wouldn't cause me to think of them as a fluke or to even think of this season as a failure for them. But this is the difference. Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick. And I think he's going to draw something up for them that he's just going to get to the Bills somehow. And that defense is really good. And I think they are going to run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. Mac Jones may have less than 4 pass attempts this time around, but I think New England's going to squeak one out against the Bills in Buffalo Saturday night. That, to me, is the upset of the weekend upcoming.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Let's move on to Sunday. Philadelphia, who has quietly had an incredible second half to the season. I won't say incredible. Has had a very good second half to the season. Goes to Tampa Bay to play against the defending Super Bowl champions, the ageless Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers. What do you think here?
I think it'll be a close game. I mean, Philly played them semi-tough when they played Thursday night earlier in the season. I mean, Tampa Bay should win, right? But I don't know, man. I can't count. I really can't count out. As much as I hate the Eagles, I can't count them out. Because this is what they do. They run the ball. Jalen Hurts is not that bad of a quarterback.
I agree.
Like, he can run. Tampa's a little banged up.
A lot banged up.
They just got to watch out for Vita Vea. That guy takes up 2 offensive linemen, so, you double him up. And look, man, Philadelphia prides themselves in being the underdog, and they're the fucking underdog, and they're playing Tom Brady again. Who they beat in the Super Bowl. I don't know, man.
You think we see a Philly special?
Nah.
Wouldn't that be something?
No Philly special. Doug Peterson's not there.
Wouldn't it be something if they run a Philly special on them? Look, I think this is going to be a very good game. And I don't think Philly has played well in the second half of the season. Now, the schedule has not been the toughest. No. I get it. But sometimes confidence builds on confidence, and you end up, being a really good team. And I think Philly's a good team. Anytime you can run the ball, I think you're a good team. I think you automatically fall into the good team category because you can control the pace of the game. You can make that other team's offense sit on the bench for extended periods of time and mess with their coordination, mess with their timing, mess with their rhythm. And so I think the Eagles, by running the ball, will stay in this game. And you brought up a good point that you just kind of glossed over. Tampa Bay's banged up, man. And they're banged up everywhere. I mean, they've got guys that aren't going to be there. Like, they may have some guys coming back from injury, but they have guys that are not coming back this season, right? Godwin's not going to be there. They've just got so many injuries. Their secondary is really dinged up, which should help Jalen Hurts. I think it's a close game. I think Tampa Bay pulls it out, but man, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good game, and I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, all the teams are banged up, and he got hit with COVID. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it's kind of tougher than I realized picking this game.
Yeah, well, it's the playoffs, man. Everything gets a little crazy this time of year. Then in the afternoon game on Sunday, we have San Francisco going to Dallas. Look, I think one of the luckier teams this weekend was Dallas. Yeah. Because if you look at the Dallas had won the division coming into the weekend. And of the 3 wildcard teams that they could have gotten, Philadelphia, San Francisco, or Arizona, I think they got the easiest of the 3. Philadelphia is a division rival. You don't want to play them in the playoffs. Just ask Buffalo, right? You're going to have to play a division rival. And ask the Rams. It's tough. It's tough when you see someone as often as these teams see each other, twice a year, every year.
Right.
And Dallas is getting a San Francisco team that is good, don't get me wrong, but not exactly going to strike fear into the hearts of any team, really. Offensively, Jimmy G's playing with a busted thumb. While they've got good skill position players, a quarterback that, has made some really boneheaded decisions at times during the year, and with a thumb injury, it makes it a little bit tougher. Yeah. And Dallas's defense has played well, but it's not their strong point. Their strong point is offense, right? So it kind of matches up for them to get a team with an offense that is not actually going to strike. These aren't the Kansas City Chiefs. Right. You know what I mean? So I think it works out well for Dallas. And quite honestly, playing at home, I think Dallas wins. It's a shame that we're going to have to see the catch 50,000 times between now and Sunday afternoon. Yeah. But it is what it is. I think the Cowboys win this game, and I think this is probably a relatively easy win.
Yeah, I agree pretty much with everything. Dallas has been a good team all season.
Yeah.
You know? And then with San Fran, you got Jimmy G with the messed up thumb or whatever. What happens if he gets hurt? Then you got to put in a rookie?
Lance, who,
by
the way, Lance has looked, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I understand he's a rookie. I'm not saying he's garbage and always going to be garbage, but he really looked very rookie-ish, right, in his starts. I mean, he did not look good.
I wish San Francisco would figure out what they want to do. Like, is Jimmy G your guy? Then that's fine. Start him every damn game as long as he's healthy, right? And you let Trey Lance sit on the bench for a season or two. If not, then, I mean, figure...
I don't think they know.
Bring in another quarterback that's not going to cost you as much as Jimmy G to be serviceable for, like, a season, right? You save some money and you can,
I don't think they've figured that out yet. Because even Jimmy G has given people pause in San Francisco. He's good, but is he good enough to take you to that next level? And I don't think we've seen that. If you look at...
They went to the next level.
With Jimmy G?
Yeah.
What next level?
The Super Bowl.
Not with Jimmy G.
Who was the quarterback?
Kaepernick.
No, it was Jimmy G. Against the Chiefs? Against the Chiefs. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was the quarterback.
No, you're shitting me.
He was the quarterback, bro.
What the hell happened to him? Why does he suck now?
He's still hungover from the Super Bowl, apparently.
Hold on.
Yeah, I promise you.
You're gonna have to talk this through.
I know that seemed like a long time ago. I mean, yeah. Listen, Dallas should win the game. This is probably the blowout. This is probably one of the blowouts. Like, if I had to pick one, it'd be Dallas and San Fran.
I agree. I'm still dumbfounded that Jimmy G went to a Super Bowl.
Yes, right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to get there. Hold on. All right, next game. Pittsburgh at Kansas City. Look, I like Big Ben.
We all do.
I would like to see him go out on a high note or a relatively high note. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to get his clock cleaned by the Chiefs.
And I think this is another case of, a team getting lucky on who they faced, the Chiefs. Because I was one of the people that kind of, and I still don't trust the Chiefs. Because I feel like they play a team that can go toe to toe with them, or that has a pretty decent defense. They're gonna get beat. So I think Kansas City's got kind of lucky that they drew Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't. I agree with you, and quite frankly, I think that would have been the case with any team that got Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is the weakest team in here. Offensively, they are extremely shorthanded. Injuries, talent. Their offensive line is in shambles. I don't know. Yeah, I just can't see Pittsburgh.
Like, their best player right now is T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Right? And
he's very disruptive.
No,
however,
he's good. He's good, but I mean, he's not. He's not going to make an impact on every play like a quarterback or running back would, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I just can't imagine. Oh my God, Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback.
Told you, man.
Surely he didn't play in all of the playoff games to get him there. They got lucky somehow, and someone else came in.
No, he was the guy.
Wow.
He was the guy.
That's amazing. And then we go to the first ever Monday night playoff game. And you've got the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. Give me your thoughts on this one. I'll be curious to hear what you have to say about it.
Well, I think the Rams win. Because they are one of the teams to make the Super Bowl. As far as my predictions from way back when. I think the biggest question mark with the Rams is Stafford. He's thrown a shitload of interceptions, and it feels like they've all come like in these past few weeks.
Yeah.
So if he can limit that to maybe just none, I'll cut him some slack. One interception maybe. I think they have all the weapons on offense. Their defense is stout. I think they could win this game.
I think Arizona is the sneakiest good team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think if you ranked all the teams from 1 through 7 in the NFC, I think Arizona is probably the only one, aside from the Packers, that, in my opinion, can beat every single team on the other of the rest of the teams, including the Packers. I think, to me, the Packers and the Bucs are the class of the NFC, especially if the Bucs are healthy. And then you've got that second tier, which to me is Dallas, the Rams, and Arizona. But I think Arizona is the scariest of all of those teams. And I think Arizona is going to beat the Rams. Stafford has not been great the last few weeks, the last month. And, Kyler Murray, I think, is finally healthy. DeAndre Hopkins is healthy, finally. I think it's going to be the Cardinals in a close one. Those games with the AFC, those division games are always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals take it.
Yeah,
First ever Monday night playoff game.
Yeah, no, the Cardinals are definitely good. I think their defense really has come around since last year. Last year it was good. It was sneaky good.
Yeah.
This year it's,
sneaky better.
Sneaky better.
Better sneaky.
But
most
I don't know, man. I think the Rams and it comes down to coaching a lot too, and McVay, he's been to the rodeo before.
Yeah, but both of those guys are young, and I think sometimes they're a little impulsive and make some bonehead decisions sometimes in crunch time. I agree with you that I think I would trust McVay more than Kingsbury, but it's not that much of a difference.
I think, and this is another reason why I picked the Rams, is I think McVay has been humbled since they lost to the Patriots in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's there fucking, bowing down and kissing Bill Belichick's feet. I think he's humbled himself or got humbled.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little different. I think the Rams mean business this year, I believe. So I'm gonna ride with them in this game.
Man, it's gonna be a fun wild card weekend. Can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a blast. If it's anything like yesterday, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast.
I hope we see some upsets, man. I hope I'm wrong on some picks because I
Oh, I know you're wrong.
Like I wouldn't mind if Philly beat the Bucks.
I look. Don't you worry. You're wrong.
Probably.
Every single time you went against me, you're wrong.
In the AFC, I got 5 of the 7 playoff teams right. Which is
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
How many did you get in the NFC?
4 out of 7.
4?
Promise.
Did you have the Vikings winning the North?
Yeah, but I had the freaking...
Did you have the Panthers winning the South or something like that?
No.
Didn't you have the Seahawks as a wild card?
Yeah.
I think you had the Giants winning the NFC, didn't you?
No, I did not. I had the Bucks, San Fran out of all teams. And then I think I had 3 of the freaking AFC. Fuck, I think I had all 4 of the AFC teams. Nah, I don't think I did.
No. We'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah? Nah, I'm telling you, I got 4 out of 7.
Well, good. Well, as always, folks, we appreciate you listening, watching. If you want to catch this show, you can catch it on YouTube, Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, whatever podcast platform you choose to consume your podcasts. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email the show, positivesports10@gmail.com, positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to talk to my brother and get more analysis on baseball, basketball, or sandwiches,
Hockey.
Hockey. You don't even know how to spell hockey.
Oh.
How do they get a hold of you, bro?
On Twitter at Brooklyn Gaucho 1.
And if you want to get a hold of me, you can do so on Twitter as well at eMontana21. I will talk more sports than my brother will because I watch everything. I'm a degenerate that way.
True.
Not a gambler, just a degenerate. I'm a sports junkie. So now you know. Any parting shots?
Nah, man. Just,
Okay.
you know.
Well, it's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back. Very good to have you back. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.